We won't keep out in the cold for too much longer, but we would first of all like to thank you all for making the time to come here today. This for us, the Carlin family, has been a long journey, and there's been a lot of people that have been involved along the way. Firstly, I'd like to thank our locals for supporting us and keeping us afloat throughout the last 3.5 years. And for those that aren't so local but make the trip up here from fields as far as Lancefield in their old-fashioned machines. And to everyone that enjoys a nice place to bring the family, somewhere where you can bring your nana and somewhere you can bring your kids. That's really what we've tried to achieve, and hopefully that's what we're delivering to you. Today we're opening two things. As you know, we're opening the brewery, and many of you have seen our large contraption here to our left. This is our off-site catering facility where we'll be attending shows, where we can make that special day either on your property or amongst the vines. We can fully cater depending upon what it is you want to achieve. So if you want any more information about that, just let us know and we can help you out. But I think you can get the gist of it. We can sort of turn up, do it all, take all the rubbish away, and you can relax. And that's the intent. But today what we're doing is you've noticed over the last couple of years we've reinvigorated the hotel. The hotel's been standing now since 1857, and it's got a new lease of life. So the hotel itself has been serving food and beers for over 150 years, and we hope that it continues to do that for another 150. One part of the hotel that was falling away and crumbling to bits was the stable. This is the original Cobb & Co stable. It was also built in 1857. As you can see, it's been repointed and extended, and it's got a new role, new lease for life. It is our new brewery. It will be where, hopefully for the next many years to come, we produce real beer at a real pub for real people. So that's what we're all about. One theme you'll see come through in all the things we're trying to do, it's about thanking the craftsmen. Tubrac at one point in time was a hustling, bustling metropolis. It had 3 mills, it had the railway line up there, as you can see, and it provided much of the timber for the city and many of the regional centres. Tubrac did its part in the gold rush in the years following that, and now it's time that it does it again. And we're hoping that with the brewery it'll reliven and reinvigorate our lovely little hamlet of Tubrac. Many of you don't know, but there's only 277 of us here, as per the last census. Now, I've done my bit to increase it, and I won't be doing any more. I think 5's enough. But we've got great staff, and we really appreciate them for all of their work. And between my wonderful wife, who works tirelessly, puts up with my shit and shit of the kids and the rest of it, she puts up with a lot, and that we appreciate. But it's also the people that helped us build this structure. So the Pratt family, our builders, who built the structure and extended it, and as you can see, they've done a fantastic job. Richard Baldystone, the stonemason, you wouldn't find any work better than that in the country. To Dino for doing the floors, great job. When you go in there, you'll see some quality floors from Vibe timber finishings. And then and to Stuart Ollett and the SPO welding crew down the road at Tubrac, they've done a wonderful job. Despite all that, they are absolutely flat out at the moment, but they've made every endeavour to help us out. So thank you, guys. And to Damien Nippard. Damien, to my left, is our brewer. Damien, formerly of the Scottish Chiefs, will look after and craft our beer, just as the craftsman before him built the stable and built the hotel. We're about crafting beer. Boutique beer is the Buktas. Please don't print that. Craft beer is good quality beer at affordable prices that you can enjoy. And I hope that what you're tasting and drinking now, we've retained some of that level. So to that note, I'd like to call on a very dear friend of mine, Peter. Peter Russell Clark's going to have a little bit of a chat about the hotel and the brewery, and then officially open it for us. So Peter, thank you.
G'day. On such an auspicious occasion, such as this, one would consider that maybe the governor would be here. But the governor's a woman, so she wouldn't have a three-cornered hat or a red sash across her rather withered tits, as I remember seeing it. Or maybe the Queen. she can stand here saying my husband and I, but unfortunately that hasn't happened and you've got me bad luck. My job really is to attempt to earn myself some free beer, and therefore I have to speak for a certain amount of time to be eligible for those beers. But since I'm a small bloke, I drink small beers, so you don't have to stand there for long. Pubs like this started really from things like village wells. In a country town, whether you're in Africa or England or wherever, people would congregate at the village well, and they do that so they can have companionship and conversation, but also so they could draw their water, and the water was untainted, it was uncontaminated, it had no chemicals in it, and it was very similar to the beer that you're going to be drinking this afternoon. So this hotel reminds me of a village well. It's where the people of Tubrac and beyond can gather for all those good things, like a steak and a beer and a bottle of wine or whatever. And the beer, apart from being completely pure, is named after those people that you've just heard about, the stonemason who, with his rough old hands and his chisels, hewing the granite to make the hotel, and the axeman with his axe cutting down all the ironbark to make all the things that wood's used for. And if any of the greenies amongst you think we don't use wood to make our lives happier, then you're wrong. So there's the stonemasons, there's the that other, what is it? Woodcutter, and the man with his hammer and the anvil. All those craftsmen that have helped build not just Tubrac or Victoria, but Australia, are being recognised by this beer. And I must admit I admire James and his wife Val, not only for keeping the pub the way it is, but for recognising those people that have made our life what it is. So thank you very much. I'm sorry to have bored the shit out of you, but back to James. Oh, I've got to open it too. I've got to open it. There's a little ribbon over there, I assume I've got to cut. I would have thought it would be something like we'd have a swimming pool full of beer that we all had to swim through or something imaginative, but no, it's cutting this. I'll go and do it. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Peter. Following the official opening, please feel free to walk in and have a look, and then the wood shop will commence. We've got the legendary O'Toole family, which will be forming the wood shop, and that's at 3 o'clock. So, Peter, we declare the Tubrac Brewery officially open.
Oh, really? Where you going? Oh, yeah.